Okay, this background's not gonna work. But I want... That takes so much work. Okay. I did it. Hey guys, it's Marissa. Welcome back to our channel. If you notice, I have something a little bit wrong with my voice. I am a little bit sick, but you know, we ain't no So today's video, I decided I'm going to risk any chance that I possibly have of making new friends, because I'm going to be telling the most embarrassing stories that I have to tell from what I know. I mean, I embarrass myself on a daily basis, but these are the more these are the most embarrassing out of most of my life. So yeah, let's get into the video. Story number one. Oh, warning, by the way. I don't know how else to say this. About 2 or 3 of these, I think, have to do with me peeing my pants. I don't know what to say. I had the bladder of a squirrel when I was younger, and it's probably kind of weird if you find peeing weird. I mean, maybe don't watch this video, but I'm just letting you know that that's kind of, I think, 3 or 4 of these stories. So the first story, I was about 5 years old. Guys, I'm so bad at telling stories. I'm sorry, I'm trying my best. So, in my old room, I shared a room with my sister, and we had a bunk bed, but when I was little, I hated sleeping by myself, so I always slept with my sister on the top bunk, and the bottom bunk was just filled with toys or whatever. And to get to the floor, there's a ladder, and I used to always wake up having to pee in the middle of the night because I was younger and I couldn't hold it over through the night, I guess. And so I woke up and I really had to pee. And so I woke up and I started going down the ladder, and I remember like squirming, trying to hold in my pee. Side note, my sister really loved Star Wars. Okay? That's so random, but I swear it's gonna come back into the story. So I'm going down the ladder and I'm like squirming like crazy, and I was like, I can't hold it. But it sounded more like, I can't hold it. So I started peeing on the ladder. Now, underneath the ladder is this Darth Vader helmet thing that you put over your head, basically, and when you speak, it like alters your voice into like, says like, I am your father. But anyways, so it was like my sister's pretty much her prized possession because she got it for like Christmas that year. And I peed, and most of the pee went into the helmet. And because it was electric, it was like, I am Darth. And yeah, I pretty much killed her Darth Vader helmet. And she was so mad at me, but was also like, found it so funny that she couldn't be mad at me. And also she knew that it was a lost situation. Like, she lost her Darth Vader helmet and I lost my Dora underwear, you know. So it, you know, but I just thought that it was really funny. It's not really embarrassing to me. Like, honestly, I think I've told this story so many times, but it's honestly a story that I love telling. I just think it's so funny. But yeah, so the second story is around 6th grade. Now, around 6th grade is when I started wearing... Hey.
What are you doing?
Filming.
Oh, okay. I need help setting the table.
So, 6th grade is around the time where I started hitting puberty, like most people, and so my chest started forming, I guess, but I didn't wear bras at the time. And I was in school, and I was wearing like this white long sleeve shirt from Justice, and I wore a sweatshirt, but it was too hot, so I took that off, so I just had this white, you know, sweatshirt. And so I was in the hallway and I was walking around, basically. I was walking to a class, okay? And people were staring at me. And I don't care. I mean, like, I've never been the one that's always been, like, freaked out by people looking at me or whatever. But I knew something was up. And I didn't really know what it was. And I was like, whatever. And it was towards the end of the day. I didn't really care. But what did bother me was one of the people that looked at me was one of my crushes at the time. Not gonna say his name. So I was walking, and yeah, and it was just, that's pretty much it. But when I got home, I said hi to my dad, I said, what's up? He said, how's school? And I said, great. And he was like,
did you wear that all day to school?
And I was like, yeah, why? And he was like, Marissa, he's like,
you need to start wearing bras.
And I was like, oh my God. I was like, so you're telling me that all of these people, including one person that I hope marries me one day, saw my nips? You're kidding. And I'm like, oh my God, it all makes sense. I was like, my shirt was white. I was like, everybody was looking at me. And I looked in the mirror when I got home after he told me, and I was like, honey, what did you do? Like, boo-boo, that is... what did you just do? So, yeah, that was the time I needed to start wearing bras. And after that, I wore bras. That night, I went to the store, and I was like, it's over with. Like, we gotta get this done. So, yeah. So, the third story is also in 6th grade. And this one's pretty embarrassing. I'm surprised I'm telling YouTube this right now, because I kept this in here for so long because I did not want to tell anyone, because it's pretty embarrassing. It's 6th grade, you're starting to become older, so stuff like this, I'll get to that, shouldn't be happening anymore. But once again,
I peed myself
in 6th grade. I don't know. I mean, it happens. Like I said, I had the bladder of a squirrel, and it took me a while to, like, get that under control. But basically, what happened was I was in school, and we had this really long test in social studies. I remember it was literally the worst test of my life. I probably failed it. But I was doing the test, and periods were only about 45 minutes long. So I used up the whole period to take the test. And so I had to go to the bathroom, but I held it. And I wore a, like, little flowy short skirt. And I was feeling it. I had a high ponytail. I was like, girl, like, no one can mess with me today. I was wearing my little cute undershorts underneath. And I was like, like, I was feeling myself. I remember in that morning, I was like, yes, like, honey, like, you do that. But anyways, so I was really feeling myself that day, and so I didn't think anything was gonna get in the way, I thought it was gonna be a great day with a great outfit, and, like, no one was gonna... So I left my bags there, and I figured, whatever, 2-minute bathroom trip, it's fine. I'm gonna be in and out, and I'll be back before class ends. So there was an upstairs. I was upstairs, and there's a downstairs, and there's obviously an upstairs and downstairs bathroom. But in order for you to use that bathroom, a teacher must be there with a sign-in book. And you have to sign in when you go into the bathroom, and you have to sign in when you come out. Well, sign out. Yeah. And so when I went outside to go to the bathroom, the teacher wasn't there. So I said, okay, I'm like, I really gotta pee. And I was like, but it's fine. I can just go downstairs to the bathroom. I don't know what happened between walking to the bathroom and walking downstairs, but between those moments, I went from having to pee to I'm about to piss my pants. So I go downstairs, and there's, like, not even a line. It's like 1 or 2 people in front of me, and I'm like kind of wiggling side to side. I'm like it's fine. I'm gonna make it, it's fine. And then my turn comes up. Now, this is not no initial date, go to the bathroom. This is time you go in, the date, your first and last name, the teacher that you're in, what period it is, date, and the time. And you're probably thinking, well, Marissa, that's really not that bad. Okay, yeah, if your name's John Doe, but my name is kind of long. Yeah, you're probably thinking, yeah, Ches, No, that's not my full last name. My full last name is Echezuria plus Marissa. I have a long name, okay? That's a lot of seconds before I start peeing myself. So I'm writing down the date, writing down the time, and I start writing my long ass name. And soon before you know it, I can't even make it to EC because I'm peeing my pants. I'm not joking. It was Marissa, and I'm wiggling, like I'm literally going like, and I can't just, and this is where I'm known for not having common sense. So, the common thing would be like, excuse me, I really have to go, this is an emergency, I'll finish signing in when I come back. But my dumbass is like, you'll make it. So before you know it, I'm just,
Oh my god, I'm peeing.
and I run to the bathroom, but I pee a little puddle before I run to the bathroom. And that was embarrassing. It really was really embarrassing. But you know what was good? Not many people were in the hallway. I think it was like one kid behind me. If that kid knows who I am, that'd be really funny. If you do, hope you didn't step in my pee. But I ran to the bathroom and I just sat in the stall and I was like, you idiot. Like, I could have saved myself a lot of trouble if I just went without asking, But it's behind me. But you know what the most embarrassing part was going to the nurse and calling my dad, because I knew he was going to be like,
Marissa, really? You're 11 years old. You can't hold your pee.
like, it was like, you know what? I was just like, yep, I know. I just let the guilt sink in. I was like, yep.
Yeah, I know. Lovisa, I know.
But what can you do? And the nurse gave me some like old shorts from the Lost and Found. And I rolled them up really short and just put my skirt over. Thank God I was wearing a skirt. It just went down my legs. So, I just washed my legs and then put my skirt back on. But the dean of students, or the assistant principal and the principal, were walking past the nurse. And they literally stopped. And the assistant principal was like, yeah, that's the girl who peed herself. And I was like, wow, like these people are just rude. So walking into third period, I had orchestra, and that class was my ish. Like, I had so many friends, but I walked into that class so silently. I felt like, when you're embarrassed, if you have something on you or around you or something about your parents and but no one else knows, but you feel like everyone else knows. Yeah, that was me. I walked in and I was smiling because I was just like, yeah, like that just happened. I'm late for class, and everyone's like, oh, she's just late for class. But to me, I felt like everyone was like, that's the girl that just pissed her pants. So I felt so weird, and I came home that day, and I never wanted to go back. But here she is, still striving. But no, the embarrassment doesn't stop there, no. So the fourth story takes place in a little bit more recent time, like 3 years ago, but more recent than 6th grade. I was in 9th grade, and it was like second semester, so I wasn't really that new because it was at a new school. And there's just one staircase and it like goes down this way and it splits down the sides. So people are coming up, down, you know, switching through. Like, it's a main staircase that links to all the hallways. So everybody goes through that staircase at least once. And especially this time, because this was the period that I had lunch, that lunch started. So people were actually going to, and the cafeteria was per se like right behind me. This is the staircase, this is the cafeteria. So everybody, you know, everyone's just everywhere, okay? So if something happened, everyone would see it. That's all I need to say. That was time when I was doing soccer, so I had a backpack and I had an extra bag on top, like a little drawstring bag for my soccer clothes. And no, I'm lying, it was gym. But anyways, so I was walking down, and you know when it can be at home or anywhere, when you walk but you're not paying attention and you think that there's another step, but there isn't. So you're walking, right, and you think that there's a step, and then there's not, and then you're like, or just like, so yeah, that was kind of me, except like 10 times worse, because I was on my phone, I was texting my little boo thing, and I was walking down the stairs, and I thought that there was another step. I guess it caught me, and I tripped over my own feet, and I immediately face plant onto the floor. My hands are on the floor, my face is on the floor, my butt is in the air, and I had jeans, so I slid 3 feet in front of me. But it was so bad, and it sucked because people wanted to feel bad for me, but they couldn't because it was so funny. And I was funny too. Like, I was like, if I saw myself, I'd be on the floor screaming. But so people were like, I'll insert the you know, the relatable line of the, yeah. So I got up. Well, I really did not care. I was just like, you know, whatever. Like, I felt okay. And my friends were like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, like, but inside I'm like, oh my God. So I'm walking into gym, and I'm thinking that no one from my class saw me, you know, because I didn't see anyone around me, but there was this cute boy, and he was like, are you okay? And I was like, oh my God, he cares. And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. He's like,
Yeah, I know. I saw you break your face.
I was like, ah! So that's what kind of made it the most embarrassing for me, because I was like, you know, I ruined it, you know. Oh shoot, but I had a boo thing, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, so that's kind of that. Okay, so I totally forgot about this last story, but it's a good one. These are so, like, gross. I wish I had, like, a better embarrassing story. I don't know, like, my pants fell down during class. But no, these are all, like, pink. I farted really loud during reading time. That's what the story is about. So we're gonna jump back to 3rd grade. So I was, like, 8. And we were all, you know, you sit down in your little magic carpet and you sit with your friends. And we were sitting, you know, listening to our story, and I was like, oh my God, I really gotta fart. Like, you know, and when you're little, you don't think about, like, oh, I can just hold it, you know. You let it out, and then you blame it on somebody else. And there was this girl that I did not like, and I was like, it's fine, you know, like, she's sitting next to me, so if I make a noise, like, you know, I'll blame it on her. So I, like, let it out. I am ruining my social life. Don't you understand? Understand that I am doing this for you. Okay, so I was just sitting, and I let it out a little bit, and I was like, oh, this is fine. And then it was like, it was loud, and everyone looked at me like, and I was like,
It was her.
and I pointed at this girl that I didn't like, and she was like,
It wasn't me.
and I was like, oh my God, I was such a bitch. in 3rd grade. So I blamed it on her because, you know, I was like, I'm that girl, I don't care. I made her cry. So then, like, I felt guilt and embarrassment at the same time. I done went in the bathroom and cried. I was so upset. I was like, but was I gonna apologize to her later and admit that I actually farted in class? No, because she's gonna use it against me. God, 3rd grade tea, am I right? But yeah, that was kind of just a short little story, but that is the last one. So yeah, that is all the times. I think I've definitely had more times that I embarrassed myself, but those are the ones that I remember the most, I think. I'm sorry that they all had to do with peeing and other things of the excretory system. Maybe you shouldn't have watched this video. You probably shouldn't have. But there it is. It is said and done. I don't really care. Like, my best friends, they already know this. Like, they already know that I'm a really weird human being. Like, you know, and I'm gonna say thank you for accepting me for who I am. But if you don't know me and you think I'm weird and you think that I'm, like, something else, sorry. So, yeah, if you like this video, which I doubt you did, give it a thumbs up and comment down below what you want to see next and hit that subscribe button. So, thank you for watching. Yeah.